Okay, welcome everybody. This is another dockyard construction video. I'll walk you through the dockyard in 3 different phases, and if you want to get some ideas about should you work on the dockyard or not, should you buy it with doubloons or not, you can check out my video review of the Blücher, uh, if she's worth it or not. TLDR, if you already have a Prince Eugen, she's probably not that exciting. However, if you do not have Prince Eugen, she'd be a good pick. Let's go into the dockyard. So, she has high main battery firing accuracy, AP shells with reduced chances of ricochet, and a low rate of fire. She also has engine boost, hydroacoustic search. Alright, let's get building. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to purchase everything. I'm on a press account. I believe this is the first time that completing the dockyard shows a video of the ship actually being shot to pieces and sinking. Usually, you see the ship leaving port with much fanfare and batteries fire off and that sort of thing. So maybe that's to help set expectations for what will happen. So we'll go ahead and collect. I didn't collect the reward button because I didn't know if that would block things or go to a different screen and ruin the video. So we're going to start over. I'm going to play it 2 more times. Once with the ability to see everything. And then the second, kind of like this, where I will hold down the right mouse button so we can see it from different angles. One of the things I've recommended to Wargaming is the ability for players to go back and rebuild their dockyard constructed ships and change skyboxes, all that sort of thing. They haven't seemed too interested in that for right now, but maybe if there's more interest in the future, that will change. So we're gonna go ahead and watch it again from the beginning. I'll keep the list here, and then we'll go through it again, and then I'll talk you guys through the mission chains, and you can plan out your dockyard grind. And there you have it. We'll do one more with all the UI gone. And here we have it. One of the best features of this game is watching ships be constructed. However, of course, you have to pay at least some doubloons in order to do the construction. So I always call this pay to animate, right? So you have to decide, is it worth your time to do the dockyard missions and then pay the 2 minimum stages to complete? Usually, when you look at the dockyard missions, they start off pretty easy, and they get more and more difficult. There are, as you can see, timings for each of these stages. So if you start late, it's okay. You can catch up. Matter of fact, you're probably better off starting late anyway. Don't feel like you have to get everything done right away. I would say by the time the 4th unlocks, you should have finished the 1st and be working on the 2nd, that sort of deal. Now, to complete these stages, you have mini stages within. Okay, you have to complete 6 of them in order to complete this and move on. You're going to get 70 capacitation ribbons just playing the game, right? A lot of these are just playing the game, but you will also see some class-specific missions. So my recommendation for you is to ignore specifically the submarine class. 180 ribbons for a submarine. That's going to take a while compared to like a destroyer, anything like that. A spamming destroyer like a Kitakaze, it's pretty darned easy to get to 970 ribbons. But a submarine is relatively difficult to do. So I'd start by ignoring submarines altogether for this. And then I would simply play the game to start. It might be easiest to focus on one class at a time. So pick your favorites of the classes. Side note, you can probably also ignore carriers for a while too. But, pick your favorite classes. Many of these can be done in ranked battles or brawls. Brawls is a great place to do these. You can do them in co-op. You can do them in random battles. You can also do them in operations. However, keep in mind, in both operations and operations with flagships, half of your progress is done. So if you're going to do this only in operations, for carriers, for example, you need 1,000 ribbons, not 500. That's an average. Of course, they round out at the end of battle, but you get the idea. So I highly recommend Brawls as a fantastic place to grind out these missions because they're quick battles, they're in and they're out, and especially for missions like win 6 battles, you can do that stupidly quickly in Brawls. You'll note that you can also do that in clan battles, but clan battles is kind of tough because the other missions do not work in clan battles, so you're kind of dividing your time and efforts if you try to get this done in clan battles. Now, by the time you get to the end, these are usually considered the grindiest of grindy missions. But this time around, they don't seem that grindy. 70 Citadel hits within a week or so, you can probably get that done. Probably a good idea to do that in co-op. You could also do it in operations because you're typically up against lower tier cruisers that might be easier to Citadel, for example. Earning credits, you throw some boosters on, causing damage to play the game, different classes though, right? So you can do this relatively easy. Now keep in mind, if you're doing ranked battles, getting 5 kills in one ranked game might be a little bit difficult, but you can definitely do that in a random battle. So not too bad to consider planning out your grind. Like I said before at the start of this video, if you already have Prince Eugen, maybe she's not as important, but you get a whole bunch of free stuff just playing the game. So maybe you look at it as, I want free stuff, and then you can decide at the end of that, do you want to pay the, 4,000 doubloons to finish it or not? That is up to you. The choice is yours and yours alone. As always, guys, any feedback that you can provide would be appreciated when this comes up on YouTube. And if you enjoyed the content, please do me a favor, toss a thumbs up, and leave a comment as well. Feedback, great. Do you have the blue hair? Are you going for her? What do you think? Like, all those are really good kinds of questions to answer. All right. Until next time, thank you for watching. I'll see you out there.